What's up everybody and welcome back to the Wolf Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today I'm going to be reviewing for you the Sonic 2 movie that just came out this week. And I know it's not out in certain places, so don't worry, halt, don't go anywhere. There will be no spoilers in this at all. I've been very good at keeping the spoilers out of my channel, and you guys have been very good at keeping them off the channel as well. I'd like to shout out you guys real quick. Thank you guys so much. I asked you guys to do no spoilers. Every single one of you guys have been so cool as to not do any spoilers. We've all been good about that, and hopefully when you do, or if you already have seen it, you really do enjoy it because you weren't really spoiled or told anything that happened in this movie. This was a treat for Sonic fans. So yeah, there is a lot in this film, but let me just break it down for those of you who aren't really big Sonic fans, and I don't know how you got here if you're not, but this one really does feel, and I hate saying this because it just sounds so disingenuous, but like, this one really does feel like it was made for the fans. I'm not saying if you didn't enjoy it, you're not a fan, or if you just, whatever. I'm just saying this one really feels like this whole thing was created strictly to please fans. Like, the first one was kind of to get the casuals in, the people who aren't really big Sonic fans, just, your general moviegoers, to get them in and kind of introduce them to the world of Sonic. This one though, this movie, by the way, you got a comic at the theater. They were giving these comics out. They're pretty. This is a free IDW comic that came when you went to the movie day one. But anyway, it really does feel like if you go in as a Sonic fan, you're gonna get a lot from this. I'm talking, this movie is packed with like Easter eggs, references, and despite it not 100% following the game canon, they really did adapt the games into the story for this movie perfectly. Like, I really couldn't think of a way to get this movie going the way they did and kind of have it make sense to the casual going audience. People who aren't really big Sonic fans, don't know much about Sonic other than he's a blue guy that runs fast. Trying to get them to understand and catch up with, like, there's a lot in the Sonic universe that a lot of us guys, we understand. We play the games, we read the comics, we watch the shows. We know that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are, buddies and everything, and Eggman's the bad guy. We get that. But for somebody who's not following the games at all, I still think this movie does a really good job at keeping the story relatively focused. I'm not going to say 100% focused, and you guys know exactly what I'm referring to, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm just saying, strictly speaking, this one really feels like it was created for the fans. If you still enjoy this and you're not a fan, hey, you might, I'm just saying, it's a general term, but I'm gonna say, this is just the long and short of it for those of you who are just tuning in real quick. I'll give my more detailed views on what happened in this movie and all the holy crap moments that happened in this movie. But real quick, for general going audiences who don't really follow Sonic, if you're taking your kids to see it or you're just kind of curious to see what this is about, you're probably gonna have fun with this. You might not enjoy it as much as the first one. You might feel it's a little packed, it's a little scattered here and there, but like, again, if you're a fan, I have a feeling you're probably going, like, I'm gonna say like a 70% chance and higher that you're really gonna enjoy this film. If you don't, I mean, that's fine too, but I'm just saying, yeah, now, I want to talk about this movie and what happens in it. So yeah, something I actually wasn't really expecting off the jump was a reference to the prequel comic. I mean, I understood that the prequel comic was gonna, kind of introduce us to what was happening in the film for some of the characters, but I honestly didn't think they were gonna open up with one of the characters, or rather the mysterious hunting characters, interdimensional hunters, showing up out of these portal rings to try to get Eggman off of the mushroom planet. I guess they weren't there really to get him off of there. They were just kind of like, Eggman kind of uses the blue quill that he got sent to the Mushroom Planet with to open this portal, and then these guys come through after he opens the portal using the blue quill. Like, for people who probably didn't read this comic or even know about this comic, they're probably like, what are those people? They're not really important. They're only in the movie for about a minute or two before Eggman takes them out. But then afterwards, my boy, my God, can I just tell? I was so happy with this film because, if you guys couldn't tell, my boy Knuckles got some mad ups in this film. Like, okay, but yeah, he shows up and then that's your whole setup with Eggman, him talking to Eggman being like, where'd you get that blue quill? And Eggman's like, from a blue hedgehog on Earth. I can show you the way. And you're like, okay, that's how Eggman and Knuckles meet up, and that's how they become allies. If you've played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you already know how this goes. But yeah, great start, I feel. Just open up, Eggman on this mushroom planet. I guess he's been there for almost a year just eating mushroom stuff. I can't imagine. So yeah, after that, we kind of flash forward back to Earth, where Sonic is in Seattle trying to do his whole hero shtick still, and he's trademarked the name, well, he's in trademark pending, Blue Justice, as he's trying to fight all these criminals. Kind of makes the situation worse. He doesn't really understand, because this is, again, following after the first movie. He's still young, he's still energetic, he's still kind of reckless. He doesn't really get what he's doing is kind of wrong. He just wants to use his powers to do good. And yeah, he's just not that good at it yet. So I like that this is a little moment here, and I'm kind of glad the movie did this. It kind of sidelines the human characters, Tom and what's Tika Sumpter's character name? I forgot her name. Pretzel Lady. It kind of sidelines those two immediately at the beginning of the film. Like, Tom has a talk with Sonic, which I feel was actually pretty good. I actually like that part where Tom and Sonic are on the boat, and he kind of has a heart-to-heart with him, kind of like father and son-ish, you know. I kind of like that little heartfelt moment. If they're going to have the human characters in there, I feel them being there more as support and not just kind of taking screen time away from the characters we're here to see. I liked how that played into it. But yeah, immediately after that, Tom and, I'm going to call her Pretzel Lady, I'm sorry I forgot the character's name, go on vacation to Hawaii, and Sonic is left to his own devices back at home. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Eggman and Knuckles make it back to Earth. I forgot about this. Tails, the boy Tails, man, God, this movie is just, oh God, if you're, like I said, smiling, I was smiling the whole time. Tails shows up, and I was like, man, I know it's not the same model from the first film. It looks like they improved all the models as well, all the designs of the characters, just a little bit, made them a little more fuzzy and kind of, Tails is like adorable in this. Like, what the hell, did they like update, like, I think like they had a team of scientists, right? They had a bunch of like 3D modelers all come together from around the world, and they were like, how do we design Tails to be the cutest damn thing possible? We have scientifically measured every single angle on his foxy face to make him like so sweet and cute. But yeah, Tails shows up in this film. I'm like, oh wow. And I'm glad they got Colleen to do the voice again. Like I said, Colleen's my favorite Tails voice actress. I had to say voice actress, I almost said voice actor. Voice actress, I always loved her portrayal of Tails. I still think she does my favorite Tails of all time. Like, I never had a complaint of her voice at all, and I think she does excellent in this film. I'm so glad she got her name on the credits as well for the film, you know, got her name on the poster. You know, voice actors need to get as much recognition as actors in Hollywood, I feel. Like, they're acting too, you know, they're just because they don't have, like, you know, they're voice actors and they don't have a physical presence most of the time. They're still acting. That's still hard. But yeah, sorry, went off on a little tangent. But yeah, Tails shows up and he's like, I gotta help Sonic. We don't know why he's there just yet. Oh, here's another thing I really enjoyed. They actually made it so they kind of explain in the games. It's not really fully explained. It's kind of like implied that Tails met Sonic because he was bullied, you know, and then Sonic had his plane, Tails was fixing his plane, and Sonic's like, who are you? And he's like, oh, you know, you're my hero, you're so cool, can I be, you know, can we hang together? And Sonic's like, yeah, sure, why not? And then they became close friends. Did you know? Tails is the one that taught Sonic the spin dash. It's true, look it up, it's in the Sonic manual. Yeah, Sonic manual got a reference in this movie too. God damn, they put a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, I like that in this film, they kind of reference that Tails has been, it's cute, but it's also kind of creepy in a way where Tails has been watching Sonic the entire time. But like it's more like a wow, he's awestruck by Sonic because he's admired Sonic all this time. And I like how they explain that too after they have that dance off, which, you know, here's the thing. I predicted in the first film that they were gonna have a generic dance thing because it's a kid's film and everything, and I was kind of glad they didn't do it in the first film. But the second one, it's like, well, there's gonna be a lot more people watching this one, maybe. So let's make it so the kids have something to, you know, tap their feet to and kind of have a fun moment. Where they had Sonic and Tails dancing, doing a dance battle with some Siberian dudes. And normally that would bother me, but honestly, I feel it's a redo of the bar scene from the first film, but this one was a dance battle instead of an actual fist fight. But like, I almost dug it a little bit. I'm not really into big dance numbers in my films unless it's like a Disney film. Disney films tend to be the exception to that most of the time because the music in those films are usually generally good, but they're not dance numbers. They're usually just like a song, like I'm feeling sad, let me sing about my emotions, you know, that kind of thing. But like, I felt the what is it Bruno Mars song, the Uptown Funkin'? I better not sing that, DMCA. But like, that dance number, I felt it was fine, honestly. I kind of almost enjoyed it, mainly just from I enjoyed it if it had not been for Tails doing like a bunch of backup dancers, like how Tails is using his gadgets during the dance number to make like multiples of him, and they were all like, you know, backup dancing and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, they're doing something a little more, at least visually interesting with the dance number. It's not just Sonic and Tails sitting there dancing, but it's like Sonic and Tails dancing, but there's like bunches of tails, and they're like doing all these like, you know, numbers and everything. I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting and kind of fun to watch, and it's like more Tails on screen, more cuteness on screen. I'm cool with that. Yeah, no real complaints there. I dug it. And then afterwards, Sonic and Tails have this nice little moment of like, oh man, I completely skipped over when Eggman and Knuckles show up at the house. I mean, okay, the first like third of the film is super good for me. I like the setup. I like how the characters are introduced to each other and everything. The midway point, I feel, is kind of messy and sloppy and not so great. We'll get to that. But then the last third, like the first third, great. The middle part, third half, like the final stretch, oh. Okay, I just want to say that right off the bat. But like, Eggman coming to like the house, to going to the house where Sonic is during while Tom and Pretzel Lady are on vacation. And then I love the introduction, because I like how he's like, did you miss me? And it's like Sonic and Eggman already have that kind of rivalry thing going, and I'm like, this is perfect. I love this. Jim Carrey is fucking fantastic as Robotnik in this. And it seems like I called him Robotnik because he's Robotnik to me now, but in live action. But Jim Carrey did such a great job with this, and it feels like he was almost, I'm not gonna say he was, but it almost feels like he was having a little more fun with this one. Like, the first one, he was a little more subdued. I think that's because they were kind of letting him lean more into the role as it went on. But like in this one, Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey. He is Jim Carreying it. Like, I'll get to it in a second, but there's a moment with him on the car, and I love that. But and then Sonic goes in for an attack on Robotnik, and then he steps aside, and my boy Knuckles, man. I love the first fight with Knuckles and Sonic is so good. And this is also a reference to the game. It could be a reference to the games, but also I think it's just good storytelling, where the first time Sonic fights Knuckles in almost any media, he gets whooped. Because Sonic has never fought anybody like Knuckles before. Knuckles is a warrior. Like, he's from a proud warrior tribe. You know, like, his whole thing is that his species, his clan, depending on the comics or the game, whatever, they were warriors. They were fighters. And, like, he's strong. He's tough. Like, and it's always been said that Knuckles is as tough as Sonic is fast. Like, he's as strong as Sonic is fast. Basically, if Knuckles hits Sonic, he's gonna feel it. As demonstrated in Sonic 3 and Knuckles' first appearance, when he duffs the fuck out of Super Sonic with one punch, knocks the super out of him. He's damn strong. Granted, it was a sucker punch, but still, you have to hit him with a lot of power to knock that kind of, strength, knock that kind of force out of him. But anyway, the fight with Sonic and Knuckles in the first, like, in the house is kind of brutal. Like, Knuckles is whooping. He's like washing. He is folding Sonic, literally. Grabs him while he's spin dashing at him, like walks forward with him, like, boom, like floors my boy, floors Sonic, like. And then here's something they didn't show in the trailer. Like, he doesn't just knock him on the ground and it just flattens Sonic. No, Sonic bounces off the ground like an anime. Like, he gets punched off the ground while he's still in the air. Knuckles grabs him by the throat and slams him into a tree. I'm like, damn, Knuckles is handling him. And then that's when Tails shows up to help Sonic by hitting Knuckles with a police car. Wait, I said this is a no spoiler review. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to edit in spoiler stuff. Somewhere in here. Anyway, I'm basically recapping the movie, but like, I'm just going through the moments I remember and things I liked. But like, I can't believe Sega let Tails hit Knuckles with a police car. Knuckles got hit by a car, and Tails was driving it. But yeah, save Sonic. And then Eggman jumps on the hood of the car. And he's like on the windshield, just Jim Carrey going crazy. And I like that they're like, oh, what is like? He's gone rabid. Is he licking the window? And it's like, I love that they're just having fun with that. And it's like, speed off, they escape. And I love that Knuckles is like the Terminator in this part. Like Knuckles like starts glowing red, starts powering up, and he just starts running after them like Terminator 2, just like going after them. And like Knuckles is, oh man, like he's a threat in this film. But yeah, Sonic and Tails wind up escaping. You know, Tails flies Sonic off. Knuckles and Eggman kind of come to a conclusion that they kind of need to work together to get them. But here's something else I like. I love Idris Elba's portrayal of Knuckles in this. Like, I knew this was gonna work. I knew this was gonna work. I knew it. I called it. And here's the thing. You want to know something else that's great, chat? Who was the guy that predicted that Idris Elba would play Knuckles? This guy. Don't believe me? Go check out my video called "That Time Knuckles Got a Bunch of People in Sonic Forces Killed." I called that. I called that Knuckles would be played by Idris Elba in that video. Totally. Absolutely. But yes, I feel Knuckles in this film was not done dirty at all. I feel he was done excellently. Like, they did such a great job of balancing Knuckles' strength, his badassery, with a little bit of goofiness and some gullibility and some naivete. Can't talk today. But like, they did a good job of balancing the two out. Like, normally it's one or the other, right? Like, in the games, and lately, a lot of people feel that he's been really goofy and kind of stale? Like, not stale, but like, he feels like a caricature of himself. Like, he's always gullible, super dumb. In this one, it's not that he's dumb, it's that he's got that kind of like the Drax from Guardians of Galaxy. Like, he's kind of takes everything literal. He's a warrior, he's strong, he doesn't quite grasp things. Like, he's smart, but not, like, he's not dumb, but not street smart. Like, he doesn't understand a lot of things. He's been isolated all of his life, and they explain that later. But yeah, like, I love his portrayal in this. It's like, he's a threat, but also not so serious that you're like, geez, dude. I mean, he is like that, but at the same time, the cast seems to have fun with him. Like, they make jokes at his expense. He himself kind of is so serious that he himself is almost a little bit of a joke, but not done dirty. We're laughing with him in how he just doesn't it's hard to explain, but like, I feel they did a good job balancing his strength and his badassery with just him being kind of like, just not the most wise. I love how he's like, yeah, sorry, but love it. And Idris Elba's voice is fantastic for Knuckles. Great job on everybody came and brought their A game on this. Trying to skip forward. What else happened in this? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. And then I forgot. I'm jumping around. I'm sorry, but I'm remembering moments as they play back in my head. But Sonic and Tails have this nice moment. And here's the thing. We never really get a lot of Sonic and Tails like talking about their past, really. But this is because the movie is basically showing us, you know, their backstories, their history together, or rather their histories and how they came together. But like, the two kind of have this moment where they're sitting there and they're like, Tails is like, wow, you're everything I thought you'd be. You're so cool. And then Sonic's like, yeah, you know what? you stick with me. Well, you know, and Sonic kind of has that the little bro moment that everybody has come to know Sonic and Tails for, and I felt it right there. I felt it. A lot of people may feel that part was a little cheesy or a little, you know, kind of whatever. But for Sonic fans, like I said again, that moment you feel that connection, and I love that Tails is just like, you could tell he's kind of been by himself a lot too, because like I said, he was weird, and you know, people bullied the people on his world bullied him because he had two tails and stuff like that. And I like that I like that he goes in for the hug immediately. Like it's like he's meeting his hero for the first time, and he's just kind of overwhelmed with like wow, it's really you kind of thing. And it's like, I like how Sonic's like, whoa, you kind of coming in hot there. And I like that they explain, like, okay, this is why Tails is like this. And I felt it was a nice little moment between the two. And we get to see them kind of bond together. And then Sonic also kind of gets to play the older brother role for once. And we kind of see him kind of, you know, owning up. He's kind of getting more responsible as he's hanging out with Tails. He's starting to see, like, yeah, you know what? Being a hero really is about looking out for others and stuff like that. And I like that, like, they have that moment with Sonic trying to, you know, with the blanket over Tails, and then Tails puts his tails over Sonic, and it's like, oh, that's cute. I think that's cute. I'm sorry, you can't say that's not cute. But anyway, sorry. Oh yeah, there's the whole bit on the mountain, and that's great. I'm just gonna have to skip forward. If I want this review to be under like an hour, I gotta skip forward. So, mountain. They go to the mountain. What happens at the mountain? Oh yeah, Tails gets hurt on the mountain, and then gets hurt on the snowboarding part of the mountain. They lose the compass because Sonic goes to help Tails instead of going after the compass again, showing that Sonic, over time throughout this movie, is starting to grow as a character. He's starting to see like, oh yeah, I want to be the hero, but I got to look at, you know, what's really important here, and that's saving my friend rather than, getting the compass and stuff. I was like, and Knuckles is like, huh, he saved his friend instead of going after the compass. And you kind of see that moment where Knuckles is kind of like, okay, maybe he isn't all bad. And I like that Knuckles and Sonic also have this moment where he's like, Knuckles explains that also he's from the long lost Echidna tribe. They kind of tied this in with the game stuff here, where it's like, yeah, he's from an Echidna tribe that was like a bunch of warriors that were kind of power hungry. They go after, and that's the events of the first movie when Sonic was young. The Echidnas go after her, and I guess they do kill her. Excuse me. They kill her, and I guess she killed them too. It was like a double KO. They never came back, so I don't know what Longclaw did, but she's a badass too. She killed, I'm assuming either the Echidnas killed her and went, searching for the compass or whatever, and they never came back, or Longclaw wiped them out too. And then maybe she died from her injuries during that battle. We don't know. But the Echidnas never came back, and she's dead. So, I don't know. Take a guess, chat. What do you think happened? Either way, Knuckles lost everything that day. And you could kind of see like, oh yeah, he's been isolated all his life. He's like Sonic. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are kind of the same in a way. All three of them were isolated. Tails is the only one that didn't lose anything, technically speaking. Sonic lost Longclaw, Knuckles lost his people, and Tails is just kind of lonely, I guess all three of them were lonely. But anyway, point being, I like that they kind of show that, hey, this kind of shaped all three of these characters. What happens after that? After the mountain? Okay. This part, I will admit, this is the only part of the human storyline that I was like, okay, this is fine. Where Tom was trying to... Oh, Tom accidentally replaces the ring that Sonic gave him to get back from Hawaii with the wedding ring at the Pretzel Lady's sister's wedding. And this part was okay. I was like, okay, this is fine. Nice little bit of tension here. Tom has to interrupt the wedding. He said he wasn't going to ruin the wedding, but here he is ruining the wedding. And then he punches out the groom, the husband, and gets the ring, saves Sonic and Tails. Tails is injured at this point, so he's like unconscious the whole time. Saves Sonic and Tails from the avalanche, and right at this point, after Sonic Sonic and Tails get captured by G-U-N. So this is the first introduction of G-U-N. And at this point, I was like, oh? G-U-N exists now, huh? Are they gonna go for it? Wait for it. Here's the part that was actually... This is the last part of the wedding scene that I thought was tolerable, was actually okay and kind of funny, is when G-U-N introduces themselves, the same dude from the first movie, Olive Garden Man. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that he is actually the voice of Grounder in the Adventures of Sonic. I could be wrong. I'll put a correction down if I'm wrong. But anyway, dude comes out. I guess he's the commander, the general of G-U-N, and he's like, yeah, this whole thing was Operation Catfish. We were trying to catch Sonic. I don't know why we were all here in Hawaii, but whatever. I guess the plan worked. And he's like, and then this is the last part of the wedding scene that I thought was actually funny, was when the bride was like, wait, who? You're an agent? You're an agent too? Is this priest an agent? And I like that in the Bible he kind of opens it and there's a gun there and he's just kind of shaking his head like, oh. That was actually that was the part that actually made me laugh, because I was like, okay, that's actually kind of funny. But then after G-U-N captures Sonic and Tails who's still out cold at this point, this is where I feel the movie goes downhill. And I get that they had to do this part for, I guess, adults who are taking their kids, or general audiences who are kind of neutral on Sonic. I guess they had to hit their quota of human time on screen. But at this point in time, during this part of the film, you're really not here for the whole, my wedding was ruined because my husband was a agent thing. You're at this point of the story, it's like Dragon Ball Z or an anime you're watching is getting to the exciting part with like, oh no, something happened to one of the characters and our heroes are in trouble. But now we're gonna pause that. We're gonna cut that right here, and then we're gonna move to a little filler arc right here about some other characters you don't really care about right now. Hope you're not busy for the next 10 to 15 minutes, because we're gonna leave that main stuff off to the side. We're gonna focus on this side story about the wedding and this bride that has been scorned. And I'm like, at this point, I felt myself going like sinking in my seat, going, "Oh no, this is not just gonna be they could have ended it right there." At the priest with the gun in the Bible being like, oh, you're an agent too, and just that could have been the end of it, and then moving on to the rescue scene of them trying to get Sonic and Tails out of G-U-N's containment. That would have been fine, but nope! For the next 5 to 10 minutes, that wedding scene goes, and it goes, and it goes, and I'm like, okay, this is not even really that funny. Can we go back to Sonic and trying to, and Tails, he's hurt right now. Is Tails, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, is Tails okay, though? I don't give a damn about this bride and her wedding. Is Tails okay? Can we flash to Eggman or Knuckles? Something more interesting? Any of the characters I came to this film to see? Can I see them, please? Sorry, I got a little upset. But that was the only part of the film I really didn't like, was that 10 minutes. I may be overreacting. I think people who probably aren't the biggest Sonic fans, or, adults taking their kids to see it, probably enjoyed that part. But I'm guessing a lot of us who are there to see Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, etc. on the screen, we were just sitting in our chairs going like, come on, I don't care. Just, all right, the joke's over. Ha ha ha, yes, she ruined the wedding. Okay, anyway, after all that's finally done, Pretzel Lady rescues Tom, Sonic, and Tails, and... Wait. I skipped a whole bunch, didn't I? Yeah, at this point, Eggman takes Knuckles to the temple, where the compass leads them to the temple, where the Master Emerald is located. And this one, by the way, the Master Emerald contains the Chaos Emeralds inside of it. So the Chaos Emerald, I guess they didn't want to introduce the Chaos Emeralds and have the Master Emerald. Seven Chaos Emeralds, one Master Emerald. Would have been too much to handle, I guess, for general audiences, so they just had the emeralds combined into the Master Emerald, just to kind of simplify things. One MacGuffin instead of 7. Simplify it. So, I like that they're running through these traps, and I love this tempo. Like, once the temple stuff starts going again, it's great. Like, the temple is just full. You know what it is? It's Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1 with the water slide that Sonic gets caught on. I don't think I didn't see that. Like I said, packed full of Easter eggs, this one. There's so much stuff in this, I'm not even able to cover all the Easter eggs. But anyway, the slide and the spikes coming out the walls, and I had a lot of the Sonic Adventure. What is it called? Mystic Ruins. What's the temple called in Mystic Ruins? There's a level in Sonic Adventure that also had a bunch, like the rolling boulder and the fire arrows and the spikes and all that. Like Labyrinth Zone, Scrap Brain Zone. A lot of the trappy places all combine into one in this temple. And I like that Eggman and Knuckles get there, and he's like, okay, now you're useless. Useless to me. And Eggman's about to turn on him, and Sonic shows up. And then Sonic and Knuckles have a fight at the temple, and that fight is great. At this point, Sonic is mad because, like, Tails is hurt, and it's like, yeah, I gotta stop you guys from taking this Master Emerald. So Sonic and Knuckles fight, and dude, they are throwing down. Like, I love this fight because, like, this is finally the Sonic and Knuckles fight I've been wanting to see since I was like 6 or 7 years old. This tall, young Wolfie had been wanting to see this on the big screen forever, and this fight delivered. I love that Sonic is like, oh, by the way, I like the spin dash noise they did in this movie too. The when he's like rolling, nice touch. But as he's fighting Knuckles, he's like spin dash. He's like, just homing attacking Knuckles, and Knuckles is like, oh, like bouncing and stuff. I'm like, okay, this fight is rad. And then I like that every time Knuckles hits him, boom, that's it, down. But Sonic gets back up. He's like Spider-Man. He keeps getting back up and keeps talking mad crap. But I like that Knuckles is just like, yeah, they're showcasing again that Knuckles is damn strong. Sonic is just, he's persistent is the way I'll put it. But yeah, at that point, he's still no match for Knuckles. I love that the rapid punches that Knuckles is doing too, just like, why won't you die? And it's like, oh, that's a reference right there to any time Knuckles has ever fought Sonic. But at this point, Sonic's like, hey dude, look. In the background, Eggman's stealing the Master Emerald, and Knuckles is like, what? And then I guess in the live action movie universe, touching the Master Emerald just gives you all of the power. Like, Eggman becomes Chaos Eggman, Chaos Robotnik, and like he just teleports himself back to the coffee place, and it's like where Agent Stone is, and there's a whole stupid subplot with the dumb sheriff trying to arrest Agent Stone. That part was stupid too. But yeah, I just didn't care for the sheriff. I liked Agent Stone, but I didn't care for the sheriff character. Too dumb for me. What happens after that? Oh, at this point, Eggman comes back, and he is just all kinds of juiced up. Makes the Death Egg Robo, but it's not really, it's the Death Egg Robo. Flashing back to Sonic and Knuckles as they escape. Sonic saves Knuckles from drowning, and the two kind of have a moment where he's like, I love this moment too, where Sonic and Knuckles are just talking, like, and Knuckles is like, why'd you save me? Don't talk to me right now. And then Sonic just starts throwing sand at Knuckles. I like that these two are just like immediately acting like two stupid brothers just fighting each other for no reason. At this point, they have no reason to be mad at each other, but they're still trying to fight each other with sand, and I like that. And Knuckles like, well, you and I both lost something that day, but how'd you, not turn out so kind of, bitter and, stuff like that. And Sonic's like, hey, it kind of has this moment with Knuckles, and Knuckles is like, huh, all right. Kind of chills out, and then he kind of forms a little bomb with Sonic. Tails comes, and on the tornado, by the way, I like that the tornado was used in the wedding there. In the background, I was like, wait a minute, that red plane right there, that's the... Is that how they're going to get that? Okay, so that's how they get that in this film. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles fly back to fight Eggman, who is now just juiced up on power with this giant Death Egg Robo. By the way, GUN comes in on an SA-2 helicopter. Sonic Adventure 2, SA-2, one of the most popular, most infamous Sonic games ever. And by the way, I like that it's on a helicopter because that's how the game of Sonic Adventure 2 starts, with a helicopter, Sonic breaking out. Anyway, Easter eggs, I love them. Again, for the fans. And then we have our Sonic Heroes moment, where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all team together, and they just form their little Team Sonic alliance, and he's like, my speed, your power, Tails' brains, we can do this. And I love that they just come together, and they have this big fight with Eggman's machine, and his big Death Egg Robo. It's just fun. Jim Carrey is just going nuts at this point. Like, he's playing his leg like a guitar. It's like he's just having fun with this, and like Tails and Knuckles, get into the Death Egg Robo, and like they're distracting, and Knuckles punches Robotnik in the goddamn gut and just like wins. He's like, oh! I was like, okay, this movie rules. I love this movie. I was having so much fun the whole time, and Emerald falls out, and here's where I was like, huh? Pretzel Lady and Tom show back up, and they drive a truck to try to rescue Sonic from being like stomped on by the Death Egg Robo. They get there, save Sonic. Truck crashes. They're stranded and they're about to get crushed by the Death Egg Robo. And Pretzel Lady and Tom are like, you know what, Sonic, we're not gonna abandon you. We're family. Fast and Furious style. Sonic's like, I love you guys. The positive energy of the Emeralds. I like that, by the way. Even they knew. Even the filmmakers knew that the way Supersonic happens is because he transfers the positive energy of the Chaos Emeralds. And that positive message of family right there brings out Supersonic. I did not think they were going to do Supersonic in the second film. I mean, it makes sense. I thought they were going to save that for the third film. But for this one, Supersonic. Like, once he got the 7 Chaos Emeralds and you saw them do the thing where they start forming into him, I knew it was coming. I was like, they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. And I was like, oh! And then Supersonic looked great in this. I love that he just, like, beats... And that to me, during that moment where Supersonic defeats the Death Egg Robo, like, in a second, like, that felt to me, like, very much like the Sonic Unleashed opening, where Supersonic just handles Eggman like that. Like, nothing. Like, it's nothing to him at that point. So, Supersonic's just like, come on, dude. It's not gonna work. And then of course, there's another little reference, another Easter egg. After Supersonic just goes, just like destroys the Death Egg Robo, little foot tap, boop. A little reference to Sonic 06, how Sonic just takes out all the robots and then just kind of taps it over with his foot, and that's how the Eggman thing ends. Supersonic was rad. I'm so happy they brought him into this film. Makes sense. Sonic 2 was the first real appearance of Supersonic, so it makes sense that the second Sonic movie would have Supersonic in it. Let me see. Let me try to remember. Tie up at the end. Oh, and then at the end, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles agree that they should protect the Emerald from any evil powers that will want it, aka Robotnik, if he ever comes back. He's not dead. Robotnik never dies. So, that's pretty much how it ends. And there's a nice little scene at the end with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles having a nice little baseball game. We see that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles really have kind of grown together as like, kind of like, they're their own like little weird family. Like they're like brothers. Like Tom and Pretzel Lady are like the mom and dad, I guess, if you want to really look at it that way. And Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are just like brother, middle brother, young brother, right? It's like they're such a great just like group together, and I really dug how they made the three of them bounce off each other. Like they almost, and I hate to say it, they almost feel closer here than they do in the games. Like, and I'm saying this post Heroes. Heroes, they still felt like a good group, but I don't know. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in recent games, I'll say, haven't really felt, I think it's mainly coming down to writing, haven't really felt like that close. And I don't need them to always be huggy, buddy all the time, but like, I don't know, I think that's just maybe because the film, they were written, more to be close together. But like, I feel like at the end of this film, those three, like, I felt like if this Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, this movie version at the end of this film, came together to stop Eggman in Sonic Heroes, Eggman would have been done like that. Like, these three could have handled it. Like, they're on point at this point. But, I mean, they're still not 100%. They're still kids and everything, still young and learning. But, like, I don't know. I like these three together, at least how they're portrayed in this film. I think Tails is adorable. I think he's cute. I think he's perfect. He's smart, but also not cowardly. He was a little bit at the start, but again, he's still a kid and he's still learning. He doesn't, he's like, I'm just a tech dude. I just came to support you and get you out of there. I did my job. I'm out. But then Sonic kind of helps him get, his courage, and after that, he's more courageous. And Knuckles is strong, powerful, funny, gullible, but not stupid, but just like he's dumb, but not stupid. There's a difference, right? Like it's more like endearing how he's like. I love the running gag of him like in this world we shake hands. We just grip each other's hand really hard or firmly, and then Knuckles is just like it's just breaking people's hands every time he grabs somebody's hands as a handshake.
Firmly grasp it.
Just crunch. It's like, yeah, Knuckles is stupid. He's stupid strong, and I love that. By the way, I like his build in this too. He's like kind of bulky. Like he doesn't have that same normal lanky Sonic build. I like that even Boom Knuckles kind of made him they're kind of making him more not masculine, that's not the word I'm looking for. They're making him more bulky looking, like making him a little more looks like he's kind of tough and strong. But yeah, I like that running gag with him. And then Sonic, of course, had the most growth in this film. From the first film to this film, Sonic has definitely grown as a character and as he's kind of becoming his own hero thing, where he's like, yeah, you know, I still got growing to do, you know, but I got my crew now, so I can't wait to see the third film. You know, there's gonna be a third film. The director's already said they're planning on making a whole universe. I don't know about that. I think they should stop at a trilogy, honestly, because right now Sonic is 2-0 for this film series. Like, I feel this is a slam dunk. The first film was like a good layup. I don't know basketball terms. And then this one was just like grabbing that ball and like slam dunking it. Like this one was a not crowd pleaser. This one was a fan. Like this one was a fan pleaser. Like if you enjoy Sonic games or just know about Sonic, at the very least, enjoyed a couple of his games, I feel you're gonna really like this one. But yeah, the end stinger is the GUN guys looking around and be like, hey, so this whole place is wrecked. We don't know where Robotnik is. We never found the body. But we found something. Coordinates to a place where this capsule has been lost there for 50 years. So, and then as this is happening, a capsule shows up, and then who's in it but Shadow the Hedgehog? My theater lost their minds. It was great. I love it. I do feel, I'm gonna say this, we all predicted it when we saw the Sonic Movie 3 logo. I do feel we're skipping a lot. We're going from Sonic 1 and 2, or Sonic 1 with the first movie, Sonic 2 and 3 with the second Sonic movie, skipping over Sonic Adventure 1 with Chaos and all that, to Sonic Adventure 2 with Shadow. I get why they're doing it, because Shadow is he's actually the most popular character after Sonic. So it makes sense that they want to do that. And based on the crowd reactions, all the young kids in the audience that I saw it with lost their mind. Like, they were screaming like, that's Shadow! Like, there was a kid in the front row that was like, it's Shadow! He was like, it was like, I'm like, damn, kid. That kid was excited. I'm like, okay, that's why they're doing the Shadow the Hedgehog for the third film. But yeah, I was like, wow. Really going for it, huh? We're just gonna skip Chaos. Maybe they might combine Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 together, like they did with Sonic 2 and 3 for this one. Maybe. Chaos could... That would be weird to have Shadow fight Chaos, though. Like, they're two different games, but like, hey, weirder things have happened. They could maybe do it. Chaos is one of the most memorable villains that wasn't really a villain in Sonic Adventure, and Shadow is the most memorable antagonist slash anti-hero of the second adventure game. So I'm curious to see where they go with that, because if they're adapting Sonic Adventure 2 storyline, they're gonna have to make some changes if they want to keep their PG. What was this one rated? PG-13? If they want to keep their PG-13 rating, they're gonna have to maybe do some changes on the backstories of at least Shadow. If they're gonna follow the game canon for Shadow, that might not sit well with general audiences. With a little terminally ill girl getting shot by GUN agents on a space colony Ark, thus causing a particularly not too happy weapon that looks like a black hedgehog to go on a genocidal spree. Or rather, want to commit mass genocide on the entire planet. Yeah. That's Sonic Adventure 2 in a nutshell. Really dark if you think about it. We played it as like teenagers and young kids. So to a lot of us, it's like, yeah, so what? But like, I want you to imagine like them trying to recreate the Maria scene in a film. I don't know if that would... It might fly. They might get away with it, but I don't know. The first two films are more family friendly, and I don't see... Well, who would they use for Gerald Robotnik? Gerald Robotnik had to have created Shadow. Who would be Gerald Robotnik? And for that matter, who's going to voice Shadow? Huh, who would you like to see voice Shadow, chat? Say it in the chat. But, oh god, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to adapt this one. They might take some creative liberties and make it so... I don't know how they're going to do that. They might just rewrite Shadow's backstory to not include the Maria stuff, but... I don't know. That's kind of important to his character. I really don't know how they're going to do it, but... Hey, to me, these filmmakers have proven that they at least like the material enough to adapt it properly, and made, in my opinion, these are some of the best video game movies, barring the animated stuff, you know, barring animated films like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or stuff like that. But yeah, wow, I actually really enjoyed this film. I think it's way better than the first film. I had a lot more fun with this one. I'm probably going to see it again. I've already seen it 2 times at this point. I'm probably going to see it again sometime this week. This was just absolutely a joy, except for that little wedding bit. That 10, 15 minute wedding bit. It felt like forever, but that's the only part of the film I didn't really enjoy, but the rest of the film, it's snappy, it moves fast. It's not perfect. It is nowhere close to perfect. But as far as delivering what I've always wanted on the big screen, as a Sonic fan, I feel this film did an excellent job. If you're a general going audience, you might not like it as much as a Sonic fan, but, you know, everybody's different. I say go with an open mind, turn your brain off, enjoy the funny talking animals doing big adventure things, and Jim Carrey, of course. Everybody did a great job. Ben Schwartz, fantastic Sonic. Colleen, great Tails. Idris Elba, oh god, love the Knuckles. Jim Carrey as Eggman or Robotnik, great. Agent Stone, I forget the actor's name, great job. Tom and Pretzel Lady did good. Even they got sidelined in the film, and I really appreciated them kind of sidelining the humans until they brought them back in with the wedding stuff, but what can you do? I'm trying to think who else is in this film that needs shout-outs and credits. Oh god, I'm forgetting somebody. I know it's gonna come back to bite me later. But yeah, I think guys, I think that's it for the movie review. I think I'm gonna give this one about a drum roll. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I was smiling the whole time except for the wedding time. I think I'm gonna give it a... If I had to be a actual critic, I would probably give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But because my inner young fan, like my childhood, my young wolf inside of me, like that little part of my heart was just having the time of his life the whole time, and I can't take that away. So I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Not a perfect film. Again, I'm bumping it up a lot because I had a lot of fun with it personally as a Sonic fan, and I could not ask for more. I love the portrayal of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in this. I loved Eggman, Robotnik. I loved a lot of stuff in this film. Only one part of the film dragged. It's getting a high score. I don't think I've ever given it 10 out of 10 on this channel, but like 9 out of 10 is really high. I feel I might be giving it too high because right now I'm still on the movie high after watching it. But yeah, I had a great time. And the audience I watched it with it was kind of funny. I'm like this old man watching this film. There's a couple of older people like me in there watching it. And then there's a bunch of kids, and the kids were having a great... You cannot underestimate how much like kids enjoy this franchise. What am I saying? I'm preaching to the choir. Most of you people watching right now, most of the Wolfpack are actually young fans. So yeah, Sonic is here to stay. You know, even if the games themselves aren't doing great, I want you all to understand how important this all is. Like, the movie is doing great right now. As of this recording, it's doing numbers right now. Not, Avengers numbers, obviously, but still, it's doing great. There's a lot happening with the Sonic franchise right now. We got 2 games, Origins, the collection, and Frontiers, which that's the only thing fans are nervous about right now. I hope that game's good. We have 2 shows, a Netflix show. No. Yeah, we got the Prime show. That's one about Dimensions. And we got a Knuckles show on Paramount Plus coming. I wonder what that's going to be about. We have the comics. So 2 shows, a comic, and these 2 movies. And then games that are questionable quality. How is it everything about the Sonic franchise but the games are consistent and quality? It doesn't make sense. If the games could just get there. The thing that all of this is based off of is the only thing that's not there. It's weird. Like, every other franchise, gaming franchise, has like the games right there. The games are good. Like, other game franchise struggle to do what Sonic is doing. Getting good TV shows, good movies, good comics, good different materials based off of the actual source material that are different medias, toys and all that stuff. Sonic is doing great with that. It's just the source, the actual games of which all the stuff is based off of just aren't up to snuff lately. Hopefully, I can eat my words and say that Sonic Frontiers is good. Hopefully, I'll be saying that a couple of months from now or next year, or whenever that game comes out. Yeah, it's always weird to me how Sonic is one of the only gaming franchises to get everything but the games right. It's weird. Hey, Sonic fans, we eatin' today. We are eating nice this year. There's a lot to appreciate about the Sonic franchise. If you're a Sonic fan, it's a great time to be alive. If you're not a Sonic fan, yay, you can become one at any time. And I think there's going to be a lot of new Sonic fans off of this film and this first film. People are probably going to go back and watch it. A lot of kids jumping into the Sonic fandom. Great time to be alive. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it. I think I've covered everything in the Sonic film I wanted to talk about. Yeah. This is a long-ass review. I apologize, guys, but I had to gush. This was just a great time. I'm going to go see it again. Yeah, I got all this Sonic merch and everything. Sadly, my theater didn't have the Sonic cups, but they did give me a free Sonic comic for going to see it. Hopefully, you guys got it. It's the Sonic 2 cinema exclusive. And yes, it was from IDW, and it is a one-shot free. I haven't actually read it yet. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on it. I think it might be... Oh, it's just... Wait, is this? I think this is just the older... Yeah, this is just some of the... I think this is just... Oh, this is some of the... This is the... What's it called? The annuals. They just put the annuals in this comic. Okay. Yeah, they just put the annuals in this comic. That's what they did. Alright. I was wondering what this was. I don't have to do a review on this one. It's just if you've seen the Sonic IDW annual, I think it's 2019 or 20. That's all this is. It's just redone the story. They put the same stories back in here. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you. If you've been watching all the way to this point, you are the OG. You right now. Yeah, you watching right now. Good job. Thank you. I appreciate that. It really helped my view time. Now, if you could just do me one more favor, go down below, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to let you know you want to watch these videos. Yeah, and leave a comment. You know, feed the algorithm, help me out, help a wolf out, subscribe. We're almost at 30K subscribers. I know we can hit it before the end of this year. With your help, chat, I know we can do it. Let's grow that wolf pack strong. So yeah, guys, that's it. I'm done. I don't know how. I hope this is under an hour. This was way too long. Anyway, guys, wash your hands, wear your mask, social distance, vaccinate, be safe out there. I love you guys, and I will see you all next time, so stay tuned.